To Be Heroics Episode 21, titled Nurturing God, aired on August 24, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. GST on Fuji Television, with global streaming on Crunchyroll and Bilibili. Launching the Dragon Boy arc, this episode centers on Dragon Boy voiced by Koki Uchiyama, a volatile third-ranked hero who idolizes Hero Zero, a legendary figure who, as revealed in this episode, destroyed the world after exceeding all trust value limits and ascending to godhood. Building on Episode 20's exposure of the Hero Affairs Commission's corruption, the narrative unfolds in a gritty urban wasteland, where trust fuels power and betrayal shapes destinies. The episode opens with Dragon Boy training under Rock, a cunning mentor with ties to mighty glories past, in a desolate cityscape of crumbling buildings and flickering neon signs. Rock's plan to propel Dragon Boy into the top ranks hinges at a brutal confrontation with Smile, a former top -10 hero and Nice's childhood idol, whose fall from relevance makes him a target. The Smile vs. Dragon Boy fight is the episode's centerpiece. Sparked and Smile confronts Dragon Boy over a locket allegedly containing a smiling photo of Smile's daughter, a claim that unsettles Smile, who insists no such photo exists. Dragon Boy's draconic transformation, marked by crimson scales and fiery energy, showcases his counter-based powers, absorbing Smile's precise blue energy blade attacks and retaliating with devastating force. The battle culminates in a massive explosion that levels a city block, with two civilians recording the chaos, potentially exposing the truth. Nice's arrival escalates the stakes, as he wields a fear drop orchestrated by Rock to corrupt Smile, framing him as a villain to boost Dragon Boy's public trust. A haunting flashback shows Nice witnessing a dead friend, possibly the CEO's son, killed in Rock's schemes lying in the rain, tying Nice's guilt to the episode's tragedy. Loli's grief over her father's death and Yunyu's hospitalization is captured in a poignant grey-side scene at Professor Liu's tomb, where she clutches her rank 6 wrist display. X's appearance, voiced by Mamoru Miyano, is a standout moment as he emerges in a stunning CGI sequence, his black and silver suit shimmering as he teleports across the battlefield, observing the fight with a cryptic smile. His line, "The dragon says," but the shadow looms, hints at his godlike powers and ambiguous motives, while a brief domestic scene of X in striped pajamas reveals a human side, contrasting his mythic status. The episode also reveals Zero's catastrophic legacy. His trust value, pushed beyond all limits, granted him godlike power but led to global destruction, a warning that looms over Dragon Boy's ambitions. Speculation that Smile's daughter might be Moon adds emotional weight to Smile's plight. The episode ends on a cliffhanger with Nice poised to inject Smile with the fear drug, Dragon Boy teetering on a darker path, and X's watchful presence foreshadowing a reckoning. The animation, a collaboration between B-Dream, PB Animation, LAN Studio, and Pepper Plane Animation Studio, is the visual triumph in Episode 21, particularly during the Smile vs. Dragon Boy fight. The sequence blends 2D fluidity with 3D dynamism, with Dragon Boy's transformation crimson scales and fiery aura rendered in vivid detail. Dynamic camera angles amplify the intensity of his counter-attacks against Smile's sleek energy blades, and the climactic explosion is a technical marvel, with debris and shockwaves adding visceral impact. The urban wasteland, with its cracked pavement and desolate neon glow, reinforces the dystopian tone, echoing the world Zero shattered. X's teleportation sequence is equally striking, with spatial distortion effects rippling like liquid glass, showcasing the animator's technical prowess. However, the shift from 2D characters to 3D environments during X's scene feels slightly disjointed, as the glossy CGI contrasts with the hand-drawn ensemble. The color palette, dominated by muted grays and fiery oranges, suits the grim atmosphere but risks visual monotony in prolonged action scenes. Hiroyuki Sawano's orchestral score, with pulsating beats, elevates the fight's intensity but occasionally overshadows dialogue, particularly Rock's cryptic references to Zero's godhood. Quieter moments, like Loli's graveside scene, suffer from uneven pacing, with a brief CGI cityscape disrupting the emotional flow. Character designs remain a strength of Dragon Boy's rugged intensity, Smile's weathered terrorism, and X's sleek elegance are distinct and expressive, but facial animations in dialogue-heavy scenes, such as Rock's, can feel static, undercutting the weight of Zero's revealed legacy. The 2D animation quality, reminiscent of the Lucky San and Queen Axe, returns with polish, but the integration of 3D elements needs refinement for visual cohesion. Nurturing God is a gripping, emotionally charged episode that ignites the Dragon Boy arc with its intense Smile vs. Dragon Boy fight and X's enigmatic debut. Dragon Boy's unlikable yet compelling anti-hero persona, driven by Zero's catastrophic legacy as a god who destroyed the world, adds moral complexity, while Rock's schemes and Nice's tragic involvement deepen the narrative's themes of trust and betrayal. X's human side striped pajamas juxtaposed with godlike power creates a fascinating contrast, and the hint that Smile's daughter might be Moon amplifies the emotional stakes. The animation excels in action sequences but falters in pacing and 2D-3D transitions during quieter moments. With only 4 episodes left, I hope the series balances its sprawling cast and resolves mysteries like X's motives, the Moon connection, and the fallout of Zero's godhood without rushing the ending. To Be Heroics continues to blend Chinese donghua innovation with Japanese anime polish, carving a unique niche in the superhero genre. Episode 21 is a thrilling, if imperfect, chapter that leaves me eager for the consequences of Smile's fate and Dragon Boy's dangerous ascent.